Welcome back, Middle Age Grind. Today I got a list here in this video on the 8 things you must let go if you want to succeed in life. And I've got this article, guy's name is Lucas Graham, and I find it pretty interesting. I'm going to share that with you. I'm also going to share at the end of this video some channel suggestions. Found a guy really like. Two guys, one guy I've mentioned before, and he actually mentioned him. But first, let's get to the list here. Number 1 of this list of the 8 things you must let go if you truly want to succeed in life. Fear of failure and fear of rejection. And I believe, my career, I've always been in either after college, insurance, banking, when I first started. You have to be able to talk to people in order if you want to make, sales and that kind of thing. And I don't pride myself as a salesman, even though I am. I sell insurance. I try to be a solution solver for people, like a problem solver with solutions, and try to be an advocate for customers and potential customers. And you have to be able to talk to people and overcome that fear of, they're not going to like it or whatever. And I think when you're early on in your career, that was kind of a tough thing, making calls and that kind of stuff, to where as you grow and, become more of a professional, for me, it's gotten so much better on that. I just try to help people. And if they don't want the help, God bless, we'll move on, okay? Number 2, need for perfection. Something I'll share in this about one of these recognition guys. He did a tour of Switzerland and the Swiss, and that my name comes from that. So you look at genealogy things. I think that's something that people. It's okay to strive for it, but don't get discouraged if something's not perfect. Okay. Number 3, toxic relationships. I think this goes without saying. I hate to say it, but sometimes there are some folks, you're just not going to get through to them. And if they're getting you down, you have to do what you have to do to kind of separate yourself from them a little bit. Hate to be ugly or whatever, but if they're going to bring you down, maybe they'll change, and things will get better down the line. But don't let toxic people bring you down. Number 4, the need for approval. There again, I think this is something when we're younger, we're looking for that affirmation a little bit more. As I've gotten older, I don't feel this need for anything. I know what I'm doing is right. I'm trying to help people, support my family, do good things. I don't search for that need for approval as much. Number 5, the belief you are not ready. And I think this goes almost all the time for new careers. I think people just think, I just don't have the experience, that kind of thing. Most people, when they start a job or career, don't have any experience in that career. And if they're competent, they'll grow into that position. Yeah, I've always heard, I went to college. I got a degree from LSU back in 20 years ago, actually 21 years ago, coming up. Wow. And going to college and a university degree, I think it's a signaling thing, okay? You can go and take 150 hours and pass and get good grades. Although I did do some internships along the way in the summers, which were great. It shows that you can do hard tasks. And that's what employers are looking at, more than just hiring a college kid to come run something, a business or something like that. And I think most people feel they're not ready in positions, but most of the times you're not going to mess things up that much. You just go into it, try your best, and you'll grow into that role. Number 6, this is interesting to me, the habit of staying busy. And I think we all know people like that. I'm busy. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. And it seems like they never get anything done. trying to be laser focused and coming up, like I've told you before, these little things here, I use them all the time. I'm going to show you. These are some of my lists. Not every day, but I'll put down stuff I need to do and scratch it off. Not only just being busy, but being focused on completing tasks. I think is very, very important. This is really good. Comparing yourself to others. Oh man, this is. I think this does happen. I think in every stage of life, and it's very important when you're young, middle-aged, and old, whatever. You cannot compare yourself to others because number one, you probably don't know what's going on in that person's life. Just because that person down the street has 2 new cars and built a new swimming pool, man, you don't necessarily know their finances. They might be up in debt up to their eyeballs. And a person driving 10-year-old cars and, not buying a new pool, they might be doing what they need to do to get themselves financially set later in life. You just don't know. It's not a good thing. And I always like, if you ever get a chance and want to watch a good movie, go watch With Honors. I think it was made back in 1994. Joe Pesci, who played a bum, essentially, but he was a smart guy, and Brendan Fraser was a college student at Harvard. Great movie. I don't know if it won Oscars. It should have, okay? And Brendan Fraser was this aspiring Harvard student, and Joe Pesci played a kind of a downtrodden guy who had a rough life, but he was very smart. And they were in the library, and Joe Pesci called Brendan Fraser's character a loser. And you can tell it irritated him. He goes, "Why did you call me a loser?" And he goes, "Because you try too hard." And Brendan Fraser tells her, "Well, what are you?" He goes, "I'm not a loser, I'm a quitter." Joe Pesci, "I just quit on life." And this was the key to the thing. He goes, "Let me tell you something. Harvard," he called them Harvard, "winners, they don't know they're in a race. They just like to run." And that always stuck with me. If you're doing the right things and you're doing what you're supposed to do, you got to just cut out all the noise. And winners, they don't know they're in a race. They're not comparing themselves to others. Really great movie. Check it out. Number 8, waiting for the perfect conditions. I think we all do this to some extent. Guys, the best time to start anything, whether it be a diet, talking to a friend you haven't talked to in years, a loved one, investing, best times today. Start today. Now, that completes our list. And I want to give a shout out or whatever, or a recommendation for our videos. Number 1, I watch Walks in Wall Street, a guy named Thomas Malloy. Bright young man, he's 29 years old. He usually walks in New York where he lives, and he also lives in Miami. And he's a business guy, does real estate, and I really enjoy his channel. Been watching it probably almost a year, and there's a live chat, and we, pretty cool. Got a little good community there. He recommended a guy, and I'm going to give you his name. This guy is huge. Peter Santenello. Santenello. And the video that Tom recommended we watched, it's the wealth divide in Palm Beach and then West Palm Beach, and then there was a Belle Glade or something. And basically, Palm Beach, Florida is maybe one of the wealthiest spots in America. I think over 50 billionaires live on this island. Mar-a-Lago with Trump is over there. And and he's going to these beautiful beaches and towns and, money, multi-million-dollar houses. And then you go into West Palm Beach, it's a little, not as nice, and you go like 15 minutes away to this Belle Glade town. I think it was Belle Glade. If you can imagine the dumpiest town, one of them in America, and I say that because there's a lot, and it was literally to show the wealth divide between 15 minutes away. Staggering. And this guy is very bright and insightful, and he goes around and talks to people in the towns. He talks to police. He talks to store owners, people walking on the street, whoever wants to talk. Very, very interesting. And then I watched a video last night and this morning. So this guy does these videos all over the world. So a lot in America, right? But one of them, and I was very intrigued, was Switzerland. These are long form, guys. I don't know about you. I like long form stuff on YouTube. This is where I get most of my information from. I say information, my entertainment. I'm not a cable guy. I don't like shorts. I don't have TikTok. I'm not into watching somebody doing something silly for 10 seconds on a constant, let's rotate that every 10 seconds, seeing silly crap. I'm not into that. This guy does long form. And he rode around with this guy in Switzerland. His name was Mark, very bright guy. And basically, they went into the nice parts, the quote unquote bad parts in Switzerland, which compared to here are not. And he just asked some very wonderful, insightful questions. It's something that if I was going to visit somewhere, or especially thought about living somewhere else, check out this guy's channel. I only watched 2 videos. And I think he has like 3.5 million subscribers. It's for a reason. This guy's channel is really good. I want to check out. He has, I don't know, hundreds of videos over the past few years. Guys traveled the world and America to basically take deep dives in communities to see what life is really like there and getting those details. It is pretty awesome. So, and I thought one thing, my last name generates from Switzerland. If you switch the I and the A and take the N off, there's a town in Switzerland called Chiasso. And there's a professor who did a genealogy thing that basically said that if you have this last name, one guy came about 200 years ago or something and immigrated from that town. And I have French mostly ancestry. My mom's an Hebert. But this town in Chiasso is right by that area. So I have Swiss, I guess, kind of heritage. And one of the cool things about that, and I saw it was interesting, and whenever I go to a town, it made me laugh. My family always jokes, and my dad was this way too. I'm a planner guy. I want to have some plans. And sure enough, this guy who was taking this Peter around, Peter says, look, I want to show you this guy's plans for the day. And the Swiss are very structured, clean, plan-oriented, and neutral, which in a lot of ways, I lean a certain way politically. I'm not going to get into that, but I do see this other sides of things. And it's like, man, that looked like a very intriguing place to live. It looks like they got a lot of stuff right. They do have some issues like everywhere else, but what a cool place. I want to go visit it one day for sure. But if ever you're thinking about visiting somewhere, or if you like this, check out Peter Santaniello on YouTube, 3.5 million subscribers, and he's went to a whole lot of places, and it's very intriguing. So I wanted to share with that to you today. I know I did a video in about a week, been very busy, working, grinding away, trying to save and raise family and have fun at the same time. So hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you real soon on the Middle Age Grind.